The Secretary of Agriculture sits down with the Senate Ag Committee to discuss Farm Bill implementation. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock joins us for an update live from our Washington, D.C. studio. Sarah?
Well, thanks, Christina. It's been a busy week for the Secretary here in Washington. He's spoke before ag groups every single day, twice yesterday, including that 5-hour hearing in front of the House Ag Committee. So there wasn't, frankly, by this morning, there wasn't much news for the Secretary to make. He made so much already. But one of the interesting things about this hearing is that it's the first hearing of the Senate Ag Committee where new members from the 116th Congress who have just been elected and put on this committee were seen. That includes Dick Durbin of Illinois and Mike Braun of Indiana. They had their kind of debut today, asking the Secretary some important questions. Another interesting fact about this hearing, there were at least two, possibly three 2020 presidential candidates at the hearing. Amy Klobuchar and Kirsten Gillibrand are on the Senate Ag Committee, and potentially Sherrod Brown, who's also a Democrat on that committee, may also be running. So an interesting kind of showcase of voices here in Senate Ag, and some interesting conversations, of course, with the Secretary. He, of course, talked about a number of things that have come up throughout the week, including how soon the USDA can get out those new hemp regulations. He, of course, said he will be moving very expeditiously, a word we've heard a lot recently, but that he is also kind of moving deliberately, working with states who, like Kentucky and Colorado, who already have hemp programs in place to try and figure out the best way forward. He doesn't expect to see kind of any serious movement before 2020, so he's got his eye kind of on the farther future and in an ongoing conversation on those topics. Of course, for Democrats, the big topic of conversation today was USDA's focus on a new ABOD rule. Those are adults without disabilities who are collecting benefits on food stamps. The Secretary talked around the Farm Bill signing about how that new rules to tighten waivers at the state level will encourage more folks to get off that program and back to work or continue working. Democrats had a lot of questions about that. They wanted to see that the Secretary was prioritizing the Farm Bill that was approved by Congress and not kind of this rulemaking off to the side. The Secretary came back and said, you know, of course the USDA will be prioritizing the Farm Bill, but creating these rules that the President kind of agreed to sign the bill are happening simultaneously. He'll be working very hard to kind of walk and chew gum to do both of those things at the same time. So we'll have more updates for you later this morning on other topics of discussion, but until then, back to you, Christina.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And of course, we will check back in with Sarah in our D.C. Bureau. That's going to happen at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like more updates, make sure you stay tuned right here at RFD-TV. Well, known as America